All right. All right. Happy Sabbath, everybody. Hope you're having a good Sabbath. I'm Lee. Going to continue studying the book of Isaiah today. So we're on Isaiah chapter 22. We stopped on 21 last time. So praise Yah if I get anything correct. If I don't, that's my fault. I don't try to get anything wrong. But this is a Bible study, so feel free to share comments and so we can learn together. So I got the Dead Sea Scrolls, some translations pulled up here. I've got the Brenton Septuagint. So the Dead Sea Scrolls are the oldest translation we have. People say the Septuagint's older, but I don't think so. So this gives us, it shows that a lot of the readings in the Septuagint are correct. It shows a lot of the readings in the Samaritan Pentateuch are correct, and it shows some of the readings in the Masoretic text are correct, but they're not all correct. So this is the best witness for what the original scripture said. That's why I read out of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and I supplement it with the Septuagint, the Masoretic text, and Samaritan Pentateuch. If you want to know some of the differences, you can go to here, and they have an ebook also that you can look at. But if you go in here, it won't let me go to a page, but they'll show the readings, and at the bottom in the footnotes they'll show some of the differences between the Septuagint, the Masoretic, and the Samaritan Pentateuch. So that's a good one to have. This is just a website translation that a man did. So happy Sabbath, trust Yah. Thanks for coming out. So Isaiah chapter 22, the burden of the valley of vision. What ails you now that you have all gone up to the housetops? You that are full of shouting, a tumultuous city, a joyous town. Your slain are not slain with the sword, neither are they dead in battle. All your rulers fled away together. They were bound by the archers. All who were found by you were bound together. They fled far away. Therefore I said, look away from me, and I will weep bitterly. Don't labor to comfort me for the destruction of the daughter of my people. So the daughter of his people, Jerusalem. So here the "and" is missing from our modern text and found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's why it's in red there. So this was in our modern text. Well, yeah, this was in our modern text, and this was not. So the marked out is not in the Dead Sea Scrolls, and this here is. So Jerusalem is always referred to as the daughter. For it is a day of confusion and of treading down and of perplexity from Yahuwah, or from the Master, Yahuwah of armies, in the valley of vision, a breaking down of his holiness on the mountains. And I think it says decision in the Masoretic. Yeah. So the KJV is based on the Masoretic text. You got Joel 3:14, multitudes in the valley of decision, or valley of vision, for the day of Yahuwah is near in the valley of decision. And they probably have, Isaiah 22. Yep, Isaiah 22. So let's go to It may say Valley of Vision in Isaiah 22. Let's look at it. Isaiah 22. Yeah, it does say Valley of Vision in the Masoretic text. Elam carried his quiver with chariots of men and horsemen, and Ker uncovered the shield. Your choicest valleys will be full of chariots. Will be. So here in our modern Bibles, it would be were, past tense. The choicest valleys shall be. Okay, shall be. They got shall be in the KJV. Full of chariots. Will be. So that matches. Full of chariots and horsemen set themselves in array at the gate. He took away the covering of Judah, and you looked in that day to the armor in the house of the forest. The covering of Judah, the defense of Judah. You saw the breaches of David's city, that they were many, and you gathered together the waters of the lower pool. You counted the houses of Jerusalem, and you broke down the houses to fortify the wall. You also made a reservoir between the walls for the water of the pool, the old pool. But you didn't look to him who had done this, neither did you have respect for him who purposed it long ago. That's our Father in heaven, Yahuwah. In that day, Yahuwah, or the Master, Yahuwah of armies, called to weeping, and to mourning, and to baldness, and to dressing in sackcloth. And behold, joy and gladness, killing cattle and killing sheep, eating meat and drinking wine. Let's eat and drink, for tomorrow we will die. Yahuwah of armies revealed himself in my ears. Surely for you this iniquity, lawlessness, will not be forgiven you until you die, says the Master, Yahuwah of armies. It's interesting here, weeping and mourning and baldness. And if you go up here, Joel 3, or Joel 2. Let's see, where's that? Joel 2. Okay, here's so Joel 2, therefore also now saith Yahuwah, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting and weeping and with mourning, and rend your heart and not your garments. Turn to Yahuwah your Elohim, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. Who knoweth if he will return and repent, and leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering, unto Yahuwah your Elohim, a meal offering. So, behold, dressing in sackcloth. Thus says the Master, Yahuwah of armies, go, get yourself to this treasurer, even to Shebna, who is over the house, and say, what are you doing here? Who has you here, that you have dug out a tomb here, cutting himself out a tomb on high, chiseling a habitation for himself in the rock? Behold, Yahuwah will overcome you, and hurl you away violently. Yes, he will grasp you firmly. He will surely wind you around and around, and throw you like a ball into a large country. There you will die, and there the chariots of your glory will be, your shame of your master's house. I will thrust you from your office. You will be pulled down from your station. It will happen in that day that I will call my servant Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, and I will clothe him with your robe and strengthen him with your belt. I will commit your government into his hand, and he will be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Yehudah. I will lay the key of David's house on his shoulder. He will open and no one will shut. He will shut and no one will open. I will fasten him like a nail in a sure place. He will be for a throne of glory to his father's house. They will hang on him all the glory of his father's house, the offspring and the issue, every small vessel, from the cups even to all the pitchers. In that day, says Yahuwah of armies, the nail that was fastened in a sure place will give way. It will be cut down and fall. The burden that was on it will be cut off, for Yahuwah has spoken it. 25. The scroll has another word before Yahuwah which cannot be read. So that's one. These are different manuscripts. Here's a scroll they found of Isaiah 22. Here's a scroll they found. Here's a scroll they found. Another scroll they found. All different scrolls. Another scroll. I don't see where the word's at. Or the one. Yep. In that day, the master, there's a word missing. Yahuwah of armies. In that scroll. The ancient, the Vav was a W and it was a U before that. Yahuwah. Which you can still see in modern vowel pointing. The Vav acting as a U. So here, this is interesting. That he will open and no one will shut. Have you done a video explaining each of the versions before? I don't think I have. That's a good question. Yeah, I don't think I have. Might need to do that. So Matthew 16. And Simon Peter answered and said, Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Sheol shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. But you see, so I don't know if that's exactly, it's similar. But if you go to Revelation, let's see. Revelation 1:18, I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of Sheol and death. And that's the Messiah. So he's got the keys. And he's of David's house. The Messiah came, he was the offspring of David. So it's interesting. I don't understand it completely, but it is interesting. So 25. And it looks like that's dispersion language over here. So it looks like Joel, but this is sending them into. Say, behold, Yahuwah will overcome you and hurl you away violently. Yes, he will grasp you firmly. He will surely wind you around and around, throw you like a ball into a large country. There you will die. So it looks like that's dispersion. He tells them to weep and mourn, but they eat and drink wine and rejoice, and he kicks Israel out. Joel 2 is the return, the second Exodus. So it looks like it, but it's not the same. Isaiah 23, the burden of Tyre. I noticed that Tyre was Naphtali the other day. It is. Then Matthew 15:21. Then Yahushua went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And it was in Joshua, I believe. Hiram, king of Tyre. Gebal, Ammon, Amalek, Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. This is all around the land of Israel, in the land of Israel. Joshua, where are you at? That Tyre part always confused me until I saw that in Joshua. Maybe it's in the Septuagint. I don't see it here. Tyre, Naphtali, Joshua. Joshu. There, I think that's it. Joshua 19:32. The sixth lot came out to the children of Naphtali, even for the children of Naphtali according to their families. Where's it at? Okay, that's not it either. 29. Okay, that's 32. So then the coast turned to Ramah, to the strong city Tyre, and the coast turned to Hosah, and the outgoings thereof as far at the sea, from the coast to Akzib. This is the inheritance of the tribe of Asher, according to their families. Joshua 19:32. 19:32. Yeah, it says Asher. Okay, maybe it's Asher. So, around the similar area. The burden of Tyre, how you ships of Tarshish, for it is laid waste, so that there is no house, no entering in from the land of Kittim. It is revealed to them. Be still, you inhabitants of the coast, you whom the merchants of Sidon that pass over the sea have replenished. On great waters, see, they dispersed. When Israel took over the land, they fought with Sidon. On great waters, the seed of Shahor, the harvest of the Nile, was her revenue. She was the market of nations. Very interesting. The harlot in Revelation. Be ashamed, Sidon, for the sea has spoken, the stronghold of the sea, saying, I have not travailed, nor given birth, neither have I nourished young men, nor brought up virgins. When the report comes to Egypt, they will be in anguish at the report of Tyre. Pass over to Tarshish, wail, you inhabitants of the coast. Is this your joyous city, whose antiquity is of ancient days, whose feet carried her far away to travel? Who has planned this against Tyre, the giver of crowns, whose merchants are princes, whose traders are the honorable of the earth? Word order is different from the Masoretic text. All right, let's see. Traders. The giver of crowns. Yahuwah of army has planned it, to stain all the pride of glory, to bring into contempt all the honorable of the earth. Pass through your land like the Nile, daughter of Tarshish. There is no restraint anymore. He has stretched out his hand over the sea. He has shaken the kingdoms. Yahuwah has ordered the destruction of Canaan's strongholds, land of Canaan. He said, you shall rejoice no more, you oppressed virgin daughter of Sidon. There's that virgin daughter. Mother of harlots. Arise, pass over to Kittim. Kittim is the Romans. You'll see that in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Even there you have no rest. Behold, the land of the Chaldeans. This people was not. The Assyrians founded it for those who dwell in the wilderness. They set up their towers. They overthrew its palaces. They made it a ruin. How, you ships of Tarshish. I think the Chaldeans are associated with Rome too. For your stronghold, and the Assyrians. For your stronghold is laid waste. It will come to pass in that day that Tyre will be like the song of the prostitute, the harlot. This is not in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So what it forgotten 70 years, according to the days of one king, after the end of 7 years, it would be like Tyre. Not in there. It says, it will come to pass in that day that Tyre will be like the song of the prostitute. Sounds a lot like the Babylon, the mother of harlots. Take a harp, go about the city, you prostitute that has been forgotten. Make sweet melodies, sing many songs, that you may be remembered. It will happen after the end of 70 years that Yahuwah will visit Tyre, and she shall return to her wages, and will play the prostitute with the kingdoms of the world on the surface of the earth. Her merchandise and her wages will be holiness to Yahuwah. It will not be treasured nor laid up, for her merchandise will be for those who dwell before Yahuwah to eat sufficiently, and for durable clothing. So this is going to be given to the second Exodus, people, his people when they return. 18. Yep. Let's go back here. So verse, the Septuagint has Carthage. Ships of Tarshish, not Carthage. Let's see, for those, covenant memorial. Okay. So Isaiah 24. Behold, Yahuwah makes the ground empty, makes it waste, turns it upside down, and scatters its inhabitants. It will be as with the people, so with the priest, and earth, ground. Ground like sowing crops. Scatters its inhabitants. It will be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the creditor, so with the debtor, as with the taker of interest, so with the giver of interest. The earth will be utterly emptied and utterly laid waste, for Yahuwah has spoken this word. The earth mourns and fades away. The world languishes and fades away. The lofty people of the earth languish. The earth also is polluted under its inhabitants, because they have transgressed the laws, violated the statutes, and broken the everlasting covenant. So that's all of our Father's laws, his statutes, and his covenant, which most teach is done away with. You go to Jubilees, also found the Dead Sea Scrolls. Let's see. Where's it at? Tales. I might need to clean this up a little bit. There it is. All right, so Jubilees found the Dead Sea Scrolls, Scripture. So here, Jubilees 6. And on the new month of the third month, he went forth from the ark and built an altar on that mountain. And he made atonement for the earth, and took a kid and made atonement by its blood for all the guilt of the earth. For everything that had been on it had been destroyed, save those that were in the ark with Noah. How do you know to do that? Because Noah had the law. And he placed the fat thereof on the altar, and took an ox and a goat and a sheep and kids and salt and a turtle dove and a young of a dove, and placed a burnt sacrifice on the altar, and poured thereon an offering mingled with oil, and sprinkled wine, and strewed frankincense over everything, and caused a goodly savor to arise acceptable before Yahuwah. And Yahuwah smelt the goodly savor, and he made a covenant with him that there should not be any more a flood to destroy the earth, that all the days of the earth, seed time and harvest, should never cease, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night, should not change their order, nor cease forever. So they don't change their order. They stay the same. And you increase you and multiply upon the earth, and become many upon it, and be a blessing upon it. The fear of you and the dread of you I shall inspire in everything that is on the earth and in the sea. And behold, I have given unto you all beasts, and all winged things, and everything that moveth on the earth, and the fish in the waters, and all things for food. As the green herbs, I have given you all things to eat, but flesh with the life thereof, with the blood, you shall not eat. For the life of all flesh is in the blood, lest your blood of your lives be required. At the hand of every man, at the hand of every beast, shall I require the blood of man. Whosoever sheddeth man's blood by man, shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim made he man. And you increase you and multiply on the earth. And Noah and his sons swore that they would not eat any blood that was in any flesh. And he made a covenant before Yahuwah Elohim forever, throughout all the generations of the earth in this month. Covenant. On this account he spake to thee that thou shouldst make a covenant with the children of Israel in this month upon the mountain with an oath, that thou shouldst sprinkle blood upon them, because all the words of the covenant which Yahuwah made with them forever. And this testimony is written concerning you, that you should observe it continually, so that you should not eat on any day any blood of the beast or birds or cattle during all the days of the earth. And the man who eateth the blood of beast or cattle or of birds during all the days of the earth, he and his seed shall be rooted out of the land. And do thou command the children of Israel to eat no blood, so that their names and their seed may be before Yahuwah our Elohim continually. And for this law there is no limit of days, for it is forever. So they shall observe it throughout their generations, so that they may continue supplicating on your behalf with blood before the altar every day and at the time of morning and evening, the morning and evening sacrifices. They shall seek forgiveness on your behalf perpetually before Yahuwah, that they may keep it and not be rooted out. And he gave to Noah and his sons a sign, that there should not again be a flood on the earth. He set his bow in the cloud for a sign of the eternal covenant, that there should not again be a flood on the earth to destroy it all the days of the earth. For this reason it is ordained and written on the heavenly tables, that they should celebrate the Feast of Weeks in this month once a year, to renew the covenant every year. And he goes on to talks about the Feast of Weeks. That ties into Genesis. Let me just go to, I think it's Genesis 8. Yep, so Noah built an altar. Every clean beast, clean fowl, offer burnt offerings on the altar, so he knows what clean and unclean animals are. Day and night, summer and winter, cold and heat, seed time and harvest shall not cease. Same thing. Life with the blood thereof you shall not eat. I behold, establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. So most are broken. The whole earth is, therefore the curse has devoured, and those who dwell therein are found guilty. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. So that's what's coming next. Because the whole earth is polluted and transgress, don't keep the laws. The new wine mourns, the vine languishes, all the merry-hearted sigh, the mirth of tambourine ceases, the sound of those who rejoice ends, the joy of the harp ceases. They will not drink wine with a song, strong drink will be bitter to those who drink it. The confused city is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is crying in the streets because of the wine, all joy is darkened. So we got in wine, in Scripture we have good wine, which is good doctrine, and bad wine, which is bad doctrine. The mirth of the land is gone, the city is left in desolation, and the gate is struck with destruction. For it will be so within the earth among the peoples, as with the shaking of an olive tree, as the gleanings when the vintage is done. These shall lift up their voice, they will shout for the majesty of Yahuwah. They cry aloud from the sea. Therefore glorify Yahuwah in the east, even the name of Yahuwah, the Elohim of Israel, in the islands of the sea. Where's the islands at? Well, we've got Great Britain. We've got different islands. We got the Philippines also. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs. Glory to the righteous. So we've got, and it's more likely the Philippines that are mentioned there. Islands of the sea. If you have not seen the God Cultures videos or read their book, I highly recommend it. The videos are for someone who doesn't like to read, and the book is for someone who would like to read and study it out. Solomon's Treasure, God Culture. So you got pop-ups. Let's see, where's it at? This is very good too. You go to LeviteBible.com, Solomon's Treasure. Go to link, OphirInstitute.com. They've got the Garden of Eden maps. I forgot about that. So Solomon's Treasure, and if you don't want to get it in print, you got an ebook here that you can look at. You can download the ebook. Should come up for me. Yep. Yep. Tons of research. Where is Ophir, Philippines? Yep. So yeah, good stuff. They've got other coffee table book, Jubilees, Second Esdras, Rest, the Case for Sabbath, good stuff. Enoch, animated Bible for Enoch's Animal Dream Vision, the Apocrypha. Good stuff. All right, back to it. The islands of the sea, they lift up their voice. If we go to Isaiah 58. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice. Like the trumpet, show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Second Exodus. 51. Go back to 57. No. Go to, so Isaiah 40. O Zion, that bringest good tidings, get thee up into the high mountain. O Jerusalem, that bringest good tidings, lift up thy voice with strength, lift it up, be not afraid. Say unto the cities of Yehuda, behold your Elohim. Second Exodus. He's coming back. Or second coming. Second coming, second Exodus. Also, Isaiah 42. It's all over the place. Sing unto Yahuwah a new song. Where you see that at? Revelation. Let them give glory unto Yahuwah and declare his praise in the islands. There's so much understanding to be unlocked when you know what the Philippines are. Isaiah 50. So that's 58. So here's 52. The watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing, for they shall see eye to eye when Yahuwah shall again bring Zion, New Jerusalem. He's redeemed Jerusalem. Salvation of our God. All the ends of the earth. It's all over the place. Psalm 24. All right, I won't go into that too much. From, let's see, the islands of the sea, from the uttermost part of the earth, have we heard songs, glory to the righteous. But I said, I pine away, woe is me, the treacherous have dealt treacherously. Yes, the treacherous have dealt very treacherously. Fear the pit, the snare are on you who inhabit the earth. It will happen that he who flees from the noise of the fear will fall into the pit. He who comes out of the middle of the pit will be taken in the snare, for the windows on high are open and the foundations of the earth tremble. When's that happen? When he comes back. The earth is utterly broken. The earth is torn apart. The earth is shaken violently. Earth will stagger like a drunken man and will sway back and forth like a hammock. Its disobedience will be heavy on it. It will fall and not rise again. What's it say up here? The earth is defiled by the inhabitants. It shall happen in that day that Yahuwah will punish the army of the high ones on high, and the kings of the earth on the earth. They shall be gathered together as gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. So the army of the high ones on high. Revelation 12:7, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Also, if we go to temporarily offline. What? Nope, that's not it either. Where's it at? Here we go. Well, don't know if that's going to work or not. I'll just point you to the translation. If you get Dead Sea Scrolls by Giza Vermes, by Martinez, by Wise, any of the translations, go to the War Scroll. I believe it's the War Scroll. It talks about Thanksgiving hymns. It talks about the holy ones having a battle across the earth. The great, probably right after the Great Tribulation, but there's a war to end all wars. That's it. Yep. You can read it and compare. When you got the nations gather together for battle after the 1,000-year reign, but yeah. So the army of the high ones on high, and the kings of the earth on the earth, they shall be gathered together as gathered in the pit, shall be shut up in prison. After many days shall they be visited. And that makes sense with Satan being cast into prison, and then the millennial reign. Then he's let out after many days that shall be visited. That's interesting. I never noticed that. Wish I could pull up that Dead Sea Scrolls to show you. It says there's never a battle before it, never a battle again after it, like it. So, then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, for Yahuwah of armies will reign on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his elders will be glory. Praise Yah. 23. Hope I get to see that. Hope we all get to see that. The reading might be, he will surely gather the prisoners. The year of redemption, the year of Jubilee, set the captives free. Makes sense. 23. 4, He came to set the captives free the first time, and he's doing the same thing the second time. Luke 4:18, the Spirit of Yahuwah is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, and to preach the acceptable year of Yahuwah, the Jubilee year, the year of redemption, where the law says he can set us free, all debts removed. That's how great his mercy is. Isaiah 25, Yahuwah, you are my Elohim. I will exalt you. I will praise your name, for you have done wonderful things. Wonderful things. His name is Wonderful. You'll see what Judges. Wonderful. Excuse me. So Judges. Isaiah, Wonderful. His name shall be called Wonderful. Or Wonder. Name is secret. Where's it at? Is yeah. So here the Messiah visits the man. Judges 13:18, and the messenger of Yahuwah, who's the word of Yahuwah, Yahusha, said unto him, Why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is secret? Enoch says the same thing. His name was not revealed, it was secret. And his name was made known in the New Testament. So you go to see. Let me go to it here. Woman ran. Messenger talks to him. What is thy name? Well, I thought it said wonder in here. He ascended in the flame of the altar. Yeah, see here, and Manoah said unto his wife, We shall surely die, because we have seen God. If Yahuwah were pleased to kill us, he would not have received a burnt offering and meal offering at our hands. Showed us all these things, nor would as at that time have told us such things as these. I thought wonder was in there, but anyways. Wonderful things, things planned long ago in complete faithfulness and truth. For you have made a city into a heap, a fortified city into a ruin, a place of strangers to be no city. It will never be built. Never be built again. What's that, Edom? Where's it at? Never built again. Let me look it up here. Good thing I had a search function. Let's say Malachi 1:4. Yeah, they will rebuild the desolate places. Jerusalem. He made Jerusalem desolate. Edom rebuilds it. 10. Yep. So it says, let's see here. They may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen which are called by my name. He will bring again the captivity of his people and shall build the waste cities and inhabit them. So how can he build? They can build the waste cities if they're already rebuilt by Edom. Well, they get destroyed, and then they've got to rebuild them again. That's how. $49.9. Where's it at? Calamity upon Esau. Yep, destroy. I don't know where it's at. It's in there. Pretty sure. Therefore, a strong people will glorify you. That's Israel returning. A city of awesome nations will fear you. For you have been a stronghold to the poor, a stronghold to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shade from the heat. When the blast of the dreaded ones is like a storm against a wall, as the heat in a dry place, will you bring down the noise of strangers? As the heat by the shade of a cloud, the song of the dreaded ones will be brought low. In this mountain, Yahuwah of armies will make all peoples a feast of choice meat, a feast of choice wines, of choice meat full of marrow, of well-refined choice wines. Till the kingdom come. Matthew 26:29. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. When the kingdom comes. And also Jeremiah 38. 38 in the Septuagint. This will be 31 in the regular text. See, behold, I bring them forth from the north, and will gather them from the end of the earth to the feast of Passover. And the people shall beget a great multitude, and they shall return hither. That's the second Exodus. When he comes back, there's the meal and feast of Passover. Leviathan was preserved for Psalm 74:14. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces and gave it him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. First Exodus? No. Second Exodus. And yep. Pretty sure there's another passage somewhere else. He will destroy in this mountain the surface of the covering that covers all peoples, and the veil that is spread over all nations. He has swallowed up death forever. Yahuwah will wipe away tears from off all faces. No more sorrow, no more pain. We know when that happens. Revelation 21:4, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Behold, the new is come, and he is set upon the throne. He that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. He will take the reproach of his people away from all the earth, for Yahuwah has spoken it. It shall be said in that day, Behold, Yahuwah is our Elohim. We have waited for him. Blessed are those who wait, and he will save us. This is Yahuwah. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. For in this mountain Yahuwah's hand will rest. Moab will be trodden down in his place. Moab trodden down, even like straw is trodden down in the water of the dunghill. He will spread out his hands in the middle of it, like the one who swims spreads out hands to swim. But his prow will be humbled together with the craft of his hands. He has brought the high fortress of your walls down, laid low, and brought to the ground, even to the dust. 12. Come down the ground. Isaiah 26, in that day this song will be sung in the land of Yehuda. We have a strong city. So this is looks like the new song, because that's when they return to the land. We have a strong city. God appoints salvation for walls and bulwarks. Open your gates that the righteous nation may enter, the one who keeps faith. When he returns, will he find faith? Luke 18:8, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Who? His elect. Shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? We see in Revelation the martyrs crying out, How long? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? How long avenge our blood? Revelation 6:10, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Yahuwah, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Them that were slain for the word of God and the testimony which they held, and white robes were given unto them. So this happens. You will keep whoever's mind is steadfast in perfect peace, because looks like he trusts in you. Looks like it belongs there, but it's out for some reason. Trust in Yahuwah forever, for in Yahuwah is an everlasting rock, for he has brought down those who dwell on high, the lofty city. He lays it low even to the ground, lofty city, mystery Babylon, mother of harlots. He brings it even to the dust. The feet of the poor shall tread it down, and the steps of the needy, Israel. The way of the just is uprightness. You who are upright make the path of the righteous level. Yes, in the way of your judgments, Yahuwah, have we waited for you. Your name and your law are the desire of our soul. So, his law. With my soul I have desired you in the night. Yes, with my spirit within me I will seek you earnestly. For when your judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world learn righteousness. Isaiah 2. It's no coincidence that he's got people coming back to his law. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness he will deal wrongfully, and will not see Yahuwah's majesty. Yahuwah, your hand is lifted up, yet they don't see. But they will see your zeal for the people and be disappointed. Yes, fire will consume your adversaries. Yahuwah will ordain peace for us, for you have also done all our work for us. Yahuwah our Elohim, other lords besides you have had dominion over us, but by you only will we make mention of your name. So other lords have had dominion over us. What are we stuck under right now? The dead shall not live, the departed spirits shall not rise. Therefore you have visited and destroyed them, and caused all memory of them to perish. You have increased the nation, O Yahuwah. You have increased the nation. You are glorified. You have enlarged all the borders of the land. Israel's enlarged. Yahuwah in trouble, they have visited you. They poured out a prayer when your chastening was on them. Just as a woman with child who draws near the time of her delivery is in pain and cries out in her pangs. So we have been before you, Yahuwah. We have been with child. We have been in pain. We gave birth, it seems, only to wind. We have not worked your deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen. Your dead shall live. My dead body shall arise. Resurrection. Daniel 12. Ezekiel 36. Ezekiel 37, Daniel chapter 12. Awake and sing, you who dwell in the dust, for your dew is like the dew of herbs. And also the Messiah talks about it too in the resurrection. Daniel 12:2. Many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Where's that? I know the Messiah talks about it. Where's that? In the resurrection. Yep, John 5:29. And shall come forth they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil, that's a works-based salvation, unto the resurrection of damnation. So yes, keeping the law saves you. Salvation. Doing good works, salvation. Believe in the Messiah first, keep his law. Simple. Be baptized. For your dew is like the dew of herbs, and the earth will cast out the departed spirits. Come, my people, enter into your rooms, and shut your doors behind you. Hide yourself for a little moment until the indignation is past. That matches what happened to Noah. If I can find it. Thyself, Noah. Sephir app doesn't come in handy sometimes. Not the best, but it works when you're in a pinch. Yep. Not on there. No. He tells Noah the same thing. Can't remember where it's at though. All right, 4. Yahuwah comes out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. This is lawlessness, wickedness, breaking God's law. The earth will also disclose her blood and will no longer cover her slain. The words for you will ordain and you will judge are homonyms in Hebrew. Interesting. That's on, let's see, 1. Well, there we go. So, Yahuwah, you will ordain. Yahuwah, you will judge peace for us. 26. Yep. All right. Well, that's an hour in. And then it goes into Leviathan there. He will kill the dragon. That ties into what we saw, the Passover meal and the return of the kingdom. So it's still second Exodus. But I want to keep the video. I try to keep the videos to about an hour, so it's not too much information. So I'm going to go with that. And we'll continue here next time. Hope that was a blessing and helpful to somebody. And, thanks for coming out. If it was helpful, share it, like it, whatever. I got a little interference on my camera here. All right. Well, if you're keeping Sabbath, enjoy the rest of your Sabbath. And hope to see you next time.